Ukraine is rewriting the rules of modern warfare, not with borrowed weapon systems, but with homegrown innovation that's turning the battlefield into a proving ground for the future. The country's defense manufacturers are scaling up production of long-range strike capabilities that can reach deep into occupied territories. And on the front lines, robotic systems that replace human soldiers in some of the war's most dangerous positions. Today, we're examining two parallel revolutions in Ukrainian military technology: the Flamingo cruise missile program entering mass production, and the rapid evolution of ground-based robotic combat systems that are fundamentally changing how defensive positions are held. Welcome to the War Update. The night of February 11th saw one of the most devastating strikes yet on Russian military infrastructure. Ukrainian defense forces launched a coordinated attack using Flamingo cruise missiles against one of the main missile and artillery directorate's largest arsenals near Kotluban in Volgograd region. Video footage released shows 6 missiles launching toward their target, all reaching their destination. The strike triggered powerful explosions, followed by massive secondary detonations as stored munitions ignited, a testament to both the missiles' precision and the strategic value of the target they destroyed. This wasn't Flamingo's first major success. Earlier in January, these Ukrainian-made cruise missiles successfully struck the Kapustin Yar proving ground, the very facility from which Russia launches Oreshnik ballistic missiles at Ukraine. The pattern is clear. Ukraine's domestically produced long-range weapons are not only operational, but highly effective against Russia's most critical military infrastructure. Ukrainian defense company Firepoint is building a complete strike portfolio that spans multiple ranges and mission profiles. At the center of public attention stands the Flamingo cruise missile, but the company's ambitions extend far beyond a single system. Firepoint is simultaneously developing ballistic missiles that promise to give Ukraine capabilities matching or exceeding Western systems at a fraction of the cost. The Flamingo cruise missile represents Ukraine's entry into an exclusive club of nations capable of producing sophisticated long-range strike systems. The capability is remarkable. Flamingo achieves precision within 14 meters of target at its maximum 3,000 kilometers away, with speeds reaching 900 kilometers per hour, theoretically putting targets as far as Siberian industrial cities within reach. But Flamingo is just the beginning. At September's MSPO exhibition in Poland, Firepoint unveiled a new ballistic missile system that promises to transform Ukraine's strike capabilities further. These represent a fundamental shift in approach, from cruise missiles that fly low and slow to ballistic weapons streaking toward targets at hypersonic speeds. The FP9, Firepoint's answer to deep strike requirements. This system carries an 800-kilogram warhead to ranges of 800 to 850 kilometers, putting Moscow, St. Petersburg, and other strategic Russian targets within reach. Developers state that unlike drones or cruise missiles, ballistic projectiles have substantially higher probability of penetrating the 3 rings of air defense surrounding the Russian capital. The development timeline highlights Ukraine's wartime advantage. Both FP7 and FP9 are in final testing, with codification and official adoption expected in February 2026. Stillerman contrasts this with conventional programs. Even countries with great experience and powerful missile programs spent decades creating ballistic missiles. France spent 15 years on its M51 ballistic missile. Russia's S-400 complex also took 15 years. Ukraine's compressed timeline results from elimination of peacetime bureaucracy through regulations like Resolution 256 from March 2022. Firepoint's ambitions extend beyond offensive systems. The company plans to develop air defense capabilities over the next 2 to 3 years, aiming to build an anti-ballistic shield for all of Europe using open architecture, ensuring complete software independence. One key objective: radical cost reduction. Currently, intercepting a single Iskander costs approximately $6 million. Firepoint aims to reduce this to $1 to $1.5 million using the FP7 in an air defense role, a composite, cheaper alternative to S-400 systems with simplified guidance and protection against remote interference. While Firepoint's missiles extend Ukraine's strategic reach, an equally significant transformation is occurring at ground level. Ukraine's General Staff recently announced plans to establish robotized defensive strongpoints equipped with combat modules. This isn't aspiration, it's documentation of capabilities already proving themselves in actual combat. The droid TW-12.7 unmanned ground vehicle demonstrated this concept's viability in real warfare. Operated by the NC-13 Strike UGV Company of the 3rd Assault Brigade, this robotic system replaced infantry at a defensive position for 1.5 months, holding the line without exposing a single soldier to direct fire. The mission: controlling a crossroads from which Russian forces periodically attempted advances. Each morning, operators deployed the robot to its combat position. Each evening, they retrieved it for maintenance, ammunition resupply, and battery recharging. Over 45 days, the droid TW-12.7 successfully engaged and destroyed enemy forces multiple times. Russian troops proved unable to advance through this sector. Multiple systems are entering service through various paths. In September 2023, Ukraine's Ministry of Defense approved the Shablia remotely controlled weapon station, a versatile system mounting various weapons on both vehicles and static positions. Shablia conducts reconnaissance to identify battlefield targets and engages enemy personnel, light armored vehicles, and firing positions. This flexibility makes it invaluable for both offensive and defensive operations. Ukrainian Military Intelligence's International Legion developed Legit, a multi-purpose tracked unmanned ground vehicle created by specialists from the Cyclone Reconnaissance and Strike UAV Group. Legit operates in multiple configurations: logistics mode towing a trailer for ammunition and supplies, strike configuration mounting a combat module with 2 infantry grenade launchers for fire support and destroying enemy fortifications, or kamikaze deployment with explosive charges detonating on approach to targets. This versatility allows a single platform to fulfill diverse battlefield roles. The General Staff's monthly capabilities conference recently discussed implementation of strike UAVs, interceptor drones, ground robotic complexes, combat modules for robotic strongpoints, and electronic warfare measures. The emphasis on robotic strongpoints as a distinct category suggests systematic planning to integrate these capabilities at the operational level. This represents a fundamental shift in defensive doctrine. Traditional approaches require rotating infantry through dangerous positions, accepting casualties as inevitable. Robotic systems break this calculus by eliminating direct human exposure during defensive operations. Operators remain essential for control and targeting, but they work from positions offering far greater protection than forward trenches. The machines absorb risk that would otherwise fall on soldiers. The parallel development of Flamingo cruise missiles and tactical robotics systems illustrates Ukraine's multi-layered approach to capability development. At the strategic level, domestic long-range strike systems reduce dependence on partners' weapons and their political constraints about target restrictions. At the tactical level, robotic systems address the fundamental challenge every military faces: maintaining defensive positions while minimizing casualties. These developments reshape international perceptions of Ukrainian defense capabilities. 2 years ago, analysis focused primarily on ammunition and relatively simple systems. Today, the conversation centers on domestically designed cruise missiles with performance matching or exceeding those of established defense powers, and robotic combat systems deployed in configurations that exist largely as concepts in Western militaries. The implications extend beyond Ukraine's immediate needs. Combat-proven robotic systems and long-range strike capabilities developed under actual warfare conditions create exportable defense technologies with credentials no peacetime testing can match. Ukraine is simultaneously defending its territory and establishing itself as a defense innovation hub whose products carry the ultimate validation. They work when lives depend on it. Ukraine's defense industry is operating at a pace and scale that would have seemed impossible at the war's outset. Flamingo missiles are transitioning from prototype to mass production while already seeing combat use. Robotic ground systems have moved from experiments to documented success, replacing infantry at defensive positions for extended periods. Both represent not just technological achievement, a fundamental transformation of how Ukraine approaches its defense. The coming months will reveal whether production can scale to match ambition, whether Ukraine can manufacture Flamingo missiles in the hundreds Zelensky referenced, and whether robotic strongpoints become standard defensive elements rather than isolated experiments. But the trajectory is established. Ukraine isn't just fighting this war with weapons others provide. It's building its own arsenal, and in doing so, building capabilities that will define its security posture for decades to come. When a defending nation can strike deep into enemy territory with domestically produced weapons while simultaneously reducing its own casualties through robotic systems, the strategic calculus changes fundamentally. Neither capability alone wins wars, but together they represent the kind of innovation that shifts the entire equation of conflict. Ukraine is demonstrating that necessity truly is the mother of invention, and that innovation under fire creates capabilities the world will be studying long after this war ends. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more military analysis like this, subscribe to our channel, hit that bell button, like and share with those who care.